Good evening, basketball fans, and once again, welcome to Edgerton High School, home of the Bulldogs, as we're getting ready for day number 2 of the boys Varsity Route 49 Classic here on the HIX-TV YouTube channel. It's a doubleheader, 2 live streams coming your way. First up, it'll be the consolation game between the losers of the 2 preliminary games yesterday. So the Eden Bombers are set to take on the host Edgerton Bulldogs in consolation action up first, tipping off in about 2.5 minutes from right now. Hi, everybody. I'm Bill Murphy, Hicksville Community Television. With me tonight, once again, Chris Warner, running the camera, operating the OBS software, and overseeing the live stream. Glad to have you with us. We'll get to the starting lineups after the national anthem, and I'll be talking up until about then. We'll go down to the floor for the field announcer for the anthem. We do want to say a quick thank you to all of the underwriters making our coverage possible from Edgerton High School tonight. They include our platinum level underwriting supporter, that's ARC Solutions Incorporated of Hicksville, Ohio. We also want to say a big thank you to our 3 diamond level underwriting supporters, the Jim Schmidt family of automotive dealerships in Hicksville, Ohio, Jim Schmidt Chevrolet Buick and Jim Schmidt Ford. Thanks also to APT Manufacturing Solutions of Hicksville, Ohio. To the Hicksville Pharmacy, your good neighbor pharmacy in the heart of downtown Hicksville, Ohio. Our gold level underwriter is Subway of Hicksville, proud sponsors of the Subway Player of the Game Award. And our silver level underwriting supporter, underwriting all of our Route 49 coverage, that's the Hicksville Bank, member FDIC, main branch downtown Hicksville, and also a branch right here in Edgerton, Ohio. We want to thank all of them for helping to make our coverage possible here this evening. Thanks also once again to the Edgerton Athletic Department, their AD, Mr. Marilat, for giving us a space and allowing us to be here to provide the live stream coverage. We appreciate that a very great deal. And thanks to you for joining us. Hope you will enjoy our coverage tonight. Again, first of 2 live streams. We'll be here for both this consolation game and the nightcap, which will be the championship matchup between the Antwerp Archers and the Hicksville Aces. We're getting ready to get things started officially. The Eden Bombers enter the consolation game with an overall record of 3-7. They're 1-0 in their conference, but this is a non-conference game, obviously. And the Edgerton Bulldogs are 1-6 on the season so far, and they are 0-1 in the GMC. So I guess you'd have to give a little bit of an edge maybe to the Eden Bombers. Both teams played very, very well, though, in their first round games, their preliminary round games yesterday. So we're expecting some great basketball here tonight. And we're just about ready to get things officially underway, so I'm going to stop talking, and we're going to go down to the floor announcer for our national anthem, and then we'll be back with more on the other side of that right here on HIX-TV.
Back to day 2 of the Route 49 tournament. On behalf of the Edgerton High School Board of Education and Administration, we would like to welcome you to GP Bay Shell Court for tonight's contest between our guests, the Eden Bombers and your Edgerton Bulldogs. In order to make this evening's contest as enjoyable as possible, please represent your school and community in a positive and respectful manner. That means following the rules, speak and act responsibly, show courtesy and respect for your fellow fans, officials and coaches, administrators, authority figures, and of course, your team and opponents. Let's make tonight's contest great by remembering to respect the game. High school sports would not be possible without high school officials, so please be respectful to the hard-working officials serving today's athletic event. And if you think you have what it takes to make the big calls, sign up today at highschoolofficials.com. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we live in the greatest country in the world with freedoms like no other. To honor America and in respect for all who have served our country to defend the freedoms we enjoy daily, please rise, direct your attention to the flag, and join in the singing of our national anthem.
our national anthem. And with that, I'll work my way back into our broadcast position. There we go. As they'll introduce the officials, we'll get ready to again pass along the starting lineups for both of these teams. Of course, the host school, the Edgerton Bulldogs, will be the home team tonight. They're wearing their home whites with the maroon numerals and the gold trim. And the Edgerton Bombers, or the Eden Bombers, rather, will be the guest team tonight, the visitors. They'll be in their road blue uniforms with the white trim. So let's run down the starting lineups for tonight's action, and we'll begin with the visitors on the scoreboard, or the guests on the scoreboard, and that'll be the Eden Bombers. Their starting five, we'll begin with number 3, 5'10" sophomore Max Radabaugh. Also starting tonight, number 4, 6-foot senior Carter Keese. Number 5 will be 6'1" sophomore Cohen Hulbert. Number 23, 6-foot junior Peyton Trausch. And number 33 is 6'4" freshman Briggs Gallahue. On the other side of the court will be the homestanding Edgerton Bulldogs. Their starting five will be number 3, Quentin Blue, 5'8" and a senior. Number 4 is Corey Everett. He's 5'10" and a senior. Number 5, Caden Pisillo. He's 6'1" and a senior. Also starting for the Bulldogs tonight, number 11, Corey Herman, 6'2" and a sophomore. And number 12, that'll be senior, 6'1", Nathan Swank. The Eden Bombers head coach Matt Ripke. Matt, of course, was a longtime coach here at Edgerton before moving over to Eden. And the head coach for the Edgerton Bulldogs, Brett Greaser. So we'll wish both of these teams good luck in the consolation game here tonight. Of course, not only will this game determine who finishes 3rd and 4th overall in this 4-team tournament, but of course one of the things that they do at the end of the championship game is they also name an all-tournament team, and both of these teams will put one player on the all-tournament team as well. So lots of reasons to play, also bragging rights, and obviously no one wants to finish in 4th place in the tournament. So we're anticipating a hard-fought game. Again, both of the games we had yesterday in the preliminary round were hard-fought contests. In yesterday's games, first off, it was Eden and Antwerp, and that went to Antwerp 50-29. And then, of course, Hicksville beat Edgerton in the nightcap last night 55-52. So we'll get set center circle, and we'll get ready to get the consolation game underway. Again, Bill and Christopher, glad to have you here with us. Thanks for joining us on the HIX-TV YouTube channel. The Bombers control the opening tip, and we're underway. Radabaugh with the ball. He'll get across half court. Radabaugh feeds it inside to Pisillo. Shot up, off the rim, no good. Rebound comes down to Swank. Swank into the paint. He'll kick it out to Herman. Herman shot up and short, and a rebound grabbed by Radabaugh. Up the floor quickly. Radabaugh set the offense. Toss it over to Gallahue. Gallahue then down into the corner to Keese. Keese to Pisillo, or to Hulbert, excuse me. Hulbert's bounce pass to Carter Keese. Keese takes it into the paint, puts up the shot. It doesn't go down, but he'll draw the first foul of the game and go to the line to shoot 2. That'll be on 4 white. That's Everett's. Corey Everett gets his first personal foul, team foul number 1, and that's going to put Carter Keese at the line shooting 2. Hits the first one. One more for Keese. Misses that one, so it's a 1-0 game. Rebound comes down to Swank. Toss it to Herman, excuse me. And then to Quentin Blue. Blue over to Swank. Swank to Herman. That shot blocked. Out of bounds, last touched by Edgerton. So the Bombers will get the ball back with a 1-point lead. 6:36 to go in the opening quarter. Inbounds to Radeball, guarded by Blue. Ball knocked loose, goes out of bounds. It'll stay with the Bombers. So Trausch is going to have to run all the way back to do another inbounds play. Trausch again into Radeball. Radeball right into a double team. And they'll make Matt Ripke burn his first time out on the Eden Bombers bench to avoid having to turn it over on time. So our first timeout comes with 6:25 to go in the first quarter in a 1-0 game. Be a quick 30-second timeout. We're ready to get back into action. Bombers cheerleaders looking very festive tonight. They're all decked out. Tomorrow is New Year's Eve, so if you see the little tiara things, they have little star boppers, and some of them have Happy New Year tiaras on. Kind of a nice touch. Doing okay over there, Chris? Okay. Ball inbounds by Trausch to Radeball. Radeball still working in that double team. Gets out of it, though. Gets it over. Down into the corner. Again, Trausch to Radeball. Sends it to Gallahue. And back to Radeball. Radeball directing traffic, looking things over. Now he'll toss it over to Keese. Back to Radeball and back to Keese. Keese thought about the three-pointer, changed his mind. Now to Radeball again. A long throw, and that's going to be picked off. Keese is going to get the ball right back and come back the other way for the Bombers. There'll be a whistle, and that's going to be a foul on the floor. Number 11, that'll be the first one on Herman. That'll be his first, team foul number 2. And they're going to say not in the act of shooting, that's on the floor. So Gallahue inbounds it to Trausch. Trausch almost loses it, gets it back. He'll pass it off to Keese. Keese to Radeball, out on the wing. Back to Gallahue. Freshman, spin move, drives in. He'll put it up, out the back of the iron and no good. The rebound comes down, grabbed by Pasillo. Pasillo tosses it over to Blue, and he'll bring it up across the timeline to Swank. Swank back to Blue. Now over to Everett. Everett's long three off the front of the iron, and that's no good for Herman. Herman, though, gets the rebound, goes along the baseline, puts it up, bangs it off the bottom of the backboard, hits the deck, and is going to draw the foul. That's going to be on Gallahue. And that's going to send Herman to the line. His first one bounces in. Corey Herman with his first point of the night, and we're tied at 1. Gallahue will come out, and in for him will be Briggle for the Bombers. Herman hits them both. That makes it a 2-1 game. Edgerton in the lead. Keese gets it over to Radeball. Radeball, bounce pass back to Keese. And now back to Radeball. He'll toss it over to Keese and right back to Radeball again. Closing in 4.5 minutes to go in our opening quarter. A 2-1 game. As the Bombers are moving the ball around the perimeter, trying to see if they can get something to open up. Good defense so far from the Bulldogs. Over to Briggle and back to Radeball. Back to Briggle again. And Radabaugh, now he's going to drive in. Down to the baseline into a double team. He'll launch it back out quickly around the perimeter. But it winds up back with Briggle. Once again, they have not taken a shot, taken their time. Long pass cross court. Keese, spin move, kicks it out to Briggle. Briggle down in the corner to Trausch. Trausch trying to get up, and the hand in the way belonged to Swank. Swank is going to get his first personal, and that'll be team foul number 3 on the Bulldogs. And it's going to send Peyton Trausch to the line to shoot 2. 3:47 to go in our opening quarter. That one's good. Trausch ties it at 2-all. He'll have one more. Back into the game comes Briggs Gallahue. He'll go in for Carter Keese. One more for Trausch. Up and good. So far, every point scored tonight has been a free throw. And it's a 3-2 game with Eden in the lead now. Blue, bounce pass over to Everett. Ball loose on the floor. And it's going to be a big scrum on the floor. Jump ball would go to Edgerton. And we have Max Radabaugh still on the floor. He'll get up and come off. Wincing a little bit. He doesn't look too worse for the wear. And Keese will come back into the game with Radabaugh stepping out. Inbounds to Everett. Everett to Blue. Back to Everett. Work around the perimeter once again. Basillo and now Blue on the wing. Feeds it inside. And now Swank takes a shot from three-point land, no good. Gallahue grabs the rebound, and here come the Bombers. Tosses it over to Trausch. Trausch, turnaround jumper off glass and good. Blue on the other end. Blue works his way through traffic, and the layup is good. 5-4 now. Edgerton closes the gap, still down by 1 to the Bombers. Eden with the ball, 2:45 left in our opening quarter. Keese over to Briggle. Briggle onto the side, down low to Trausch. Trausch up off glass and good again. 6 points now for Trausch, and it's a 7-4 game. On the other end, layup up, no good, and they punt that one. It's through the uprights and good. Well, the attempted field goal doesn't result in any points, but back into action.
I was just waiting for one of the officials to go with 2 hands up. It's good.
Ball inbounded to Carter Keese, and here come the Bombers. They're leading by 3, 7-4 with 2:20 to go in our opening quarter. Consolation game of the boys Route 49 Classic for 2022. Bounce pass along and up off the baseline. Shots no good. Gallahue and Swank. And I think who else was in there? Not Swank. That's number 10 is in the game now. That's Walkup. Walkup and Herman were there battling for the rebound as well. It goes out of bounds. Last touch by Eden. So here come the Bulldogs down by 3. Blue takes it across the timeline. Feeds it off to Krantz. Krantz back to Blue for 3. Hits it. Quentin Blue with the three-pointer. That's 5 points for him tonight. And we're tied at 7. Ball loose on the floor. Going to have another jump ball. That'll stay with the Bombers on the possession arrow. So Eden will get the ball out of bounds side court with 1:33 to go in quarter number 1. In a tie game, 7-all. Trausch gets the ball inbounds to Radabaugh, back into the game. Radabaugh with a bandage on his nose, it looks like. So must have had a bit of a nosebleed. Radabaugh over to Gallahue for three. It's good. Gallahue makes it a 10-7 game. The minute to go. Herman, excuse me. I keep wanting to call him Herbert tonight. I don't know what's up. And that'll be another turnover. With 58 seconds, the Bombers up by 3, get the ball back. Max Radabaugh bring it up court. Being guarded by Krantz, now in the hands of Pasillo. And to Trausch. Trausch drives in, backs up, turns around, partially blocked by Walkup. Ball comes back inside, and Herman grabs it. Herman will bring the ball up, toss it back to Blue with 27 seconds. Blue over to Swank, being guarded by Pasillo. Swank over to Krantz, and winds up back in the hands of Blue with 10 seconds. Blue goes forward, and there'll be a foul, and I think that's going to be on Gallahue. That'll be his second. Yep. Gallahue picks up his second personal, and team foul number 2 for the Eden Bombers, and that's going to put Quentin Blue at the line to shoot 2. Gets the first one. Makes it a 10-8 game. Again, 5 seconds left in this first quarter. Blue has one more free throw coming. Gets them both. So it's a 1-point game, and here comes Eden. Needs to shoot it. Keese puts it in the air, no good. So we've played one, and at the end of the first 8 minutes, it's a 1-point game. The Eden Bombers lead the Edgerton Bulldogs 10-9 in the Route 49 Classic Consolation game. Time between quarters, and we'll say a big thank you to one of our diamond level underwriters making our coverage possible, and that's the Hicksville Pharmacy. They're your good neighbor pharmacy located right in the heart of downtown Hicksville, Ohio. A full pharmacy to serve you and your family's pharmaceutical needs, as well as medical supplies and equipment, over-the-counter medications, and more. They have greeting cards, gifts and sundries, candles, Ohio State, Michigan paraphernalia. It's a great place to stop, browse around. Should be a part of any trip you make, any shopping trip you make into downtown Hicksville. We want to thank the Meyer family so very much for their continued support of all of our Aces Sports broadcasts. As a diamond level underwriter, if you want information about getting a flu shot, COVID booster, or anything else, they'd love to hear from you. Feel free to give them a call. The number is 419-542-6218. The Hicksville Pharmacy, your good neighbor pharmacy located right in the heart of downtown Hicksville, Ohio. 8 minutes on the clock. It'll be Edgerton's ball to start the second quarter. They're down by 1. Herman gets the ball into Blue. We're underway. Blue across the timeline. Radabaugh comes out to meet him. Blue working it out on the wing. Finally gets rid of it. Tosses it over to Swank. Swank working against Pasillo, and he'll get it over to Krantz. Krantz takes it into the paint, puts it up, and off glass and good. Krantz will give the Bulldogs a 1-point lead. It's now 11-10 Edgerton. Keese with the ball for the Bombers. He'll toss it over to Briggle. Briggle gets it back to Radabaugh. Back to Keese. Or excuse me, that was Pasillo. Now Keese from three-point land. Off the back of the iron, no good. And Herman grabs the rebound for the Bulldogs. Down to Krantz. Krantz from 3. Short. That'll just go out of bounds. And it'll be Eden's ball. Walkup comes back into the game for Edgerton. as Everett's will get a bit of a breather. Inbounds to Radabaugh, and here come the Bombers. Pasillo now with Holbert. I keep getting my number 5s confused. Blue takes the ball away from Radabaugh. Blue puts up the underneath the basket hoop shot, no good. Out of bounds, it'll be Eden's ball. Troush gets the ball into Radabaugh. Over to Briggle. Back to Radabaugh. Bounce pass down low to Troush, up off glass and good. Quickly on the other end, Swank, baseline up and in. Swank hits the layup to make it a 13-12 game. Edgerton back in the lead now. Troush from the wing, misses. Ball out of bounds, that'll stay with Eden. Last touch by Krantz. Holbert gets the ball in. Briggle moves into the paint, almost loses it, kicks it out. They'll move it around. Troush then to Holbert, and Holbert carried the ball, and it'll be a turnover. Walkup will come out, and back into the game for the Edgerton Bulldogs. Everett's. Herman gets the ball into Blue. 5:35 to go until halftime. Edgerton with the ball in a 1-point lead, 13-12. Everett's drives in, pull-up jumper off glass and good. Everett's, that's his first points of the night. 15-12 now, a 3-point lead for the Bulldogs. Troush over to Holbert, down into the corner, and stolen away. Blue comes up with the ball off the steal, puts it off glass and good. Great shot by Quentin Blue. Makes it a 5-point lead now for the Bulldogs, 17-12. Radabaugh over to Keese. As the Bombers look to answer, Troush with the ball on the wing. Back to Radabaugh. Radabaugh changes direction and loses the dribble. Out of bounds. And timeout on the floor. It's going to be a full timeout called by the Eden Bombers, as after keeping it pretty close, they were in the lead or behind. It was a 1-point game, trading back and forth for a while. Find themselves down by 5. Our first full timeout. We'll take the time to say a big thank you to our platinum level underwriting supporter, underwriting all of our operations here on Hicksville Community Television, all of our programming, all of our live streams across all of our platforms. I want to thank them so very much. That, of course, is ARC Solutions Incorporated of Hicksville, Ohio, located on Industrial Drive, world-class facility. You can find out more about the many solutions they have for business and industry. Check them out online at www.arcsolinc.com. We want to say a big thank you to them again for their platinum level of underwriting support for all of 2022. They helped us out an awful lot, especially when we do things like going on the road to cover Route 49 Classic basketball. I want to thank them so very much. Hopefully you will do the same. ARC Solutions Incorporated of Hicksville, Ohio, and online at www.arcsolinc.com. It's a 5-point game in this Consolation matchup. The Bulldogs leading the Eden Bombers 17-12, but Eden with the ball. Briggle gets it inbounds to Gallahue, back out on the floor. Over to Keese. It's the Bombers looking to get some points on this possession to close the gap a little bit. And that's going to be a whistle and a foul. That's going to be on Blue. Quentin Blue's first personal. That's team foul number 5 now on the Bulldogs. Radabaugh to Keese. And back to Max Radabaugh. Radabaugh top of the key, bounce pass. Over to Gallahue and then to Hulbert. Hulbert reverses course, puts it up off glass and good. Hulbert's first basket of the night. Quentin Blue with the ball right now for the Bulldogs. Their lead's been cut to 3. Herman down in the corner, back to Blue, back to Herman. And they'll work it around. Swank off glass, no good, but he'll be fouled. That'll be a 2-shot foul on number 5. So Hulbert picks up his first personal. That's team foul number 3. And at the line, Swank will be shooting 2. Missed the first one. They'll have one more. Swank's second free throw's good. Makes it an 18-14 game, and that one, another punt.
I look away for 1 second. I just see the ball flying in the bleachers.
So our cameraman was too busy doing something else.
Oh, I was typing in the score, but it was in camera. So
okay. Radabaugh to Gallahue, back to Radabaugh. It's a little pressure from the Bulldogs. Radabaugh top of the key. Closing in on 3 minutes to go before halftime. An 18-14 lead for the Bulldogs. Radabaugh directing a little traffic. He gets the ball to Keese, right back to Max Radabaugh, and back to Keese again. Walkup comes out to meet him, and then he gets the ball back to Radabaugh, and back to Keese. Radabaugh. Bounce pass inside, and another bounce pass, and that's going to go to Hulbert off glass and good. Hulbert gets 2, and it's a 2-point game, 18-16 with 2.5 minutes to go before the half. Swank inside. Pasillo up, no good. Knocked loose. And we're going to have a bit of a wrestling match. And Pasillo went down pretty hard. He was at the bottom of the heap. And that's going to be a foul on him. And that'll be Pasillo's second. And team foul number 6. Foul on the floor. Pasillo's going to come out, and in for him, number 23. That's, again, Scotty Krantz. Ball inbounded to Radabaugh. Over to Gallahue. Gallahue to Keese. Keese on the wing. Drives in, pulls up, gets it to Gallahue, feeds it inside to Troush. Troush puts it up off glass and good. 10 points now for Troush unofficially, and we're tied at 18. Krantz up, layup no good. He gets his own rebound, kicks it out, winds up in the hands of Quentin Blue. They'll reset the offense with 1:35. Blue heads in to traffic, puts up the shot, misses, but draws the foul. That'll be team foul number 4 on the Bombers. And that'll be the second on Cohen Hulbert. Quentin Blue at the line to shoot 2 with 1:34. Misses the first one off the back of the iron. Reed comes into the game for the Bombers as Hulbert will sit down with those 2 personal fouls. Blue's second one is good. And we're back to a 1-point game. Edgerton leading Eden 19-18. Radaball working inside to Gallahue, puts it up, it rolls around and goes down. Briggs Gallahue with his first bucket of the night, and it's 2019 Eden. Herman stops, throws. They say his pivot foot never left the floor, so it wasn't a travel. Cross-court pass, and that's going to be a foul, I believe, on number 33. So Herman is fouled. That'll be 3 now, 3 personals on Gallahue. Team foul number 5. And it's going to put Corey Herman at the line with 53.8 seconds left in the half. He'll get the first one. Herman only 3 points so far tonight, all from the free throw line. We're tied at 20, and he'll see if he can give the Bulldogs the lead, and he does. 21-20 Edgerton now with 50 seconds. Keese with the ball over to Radaball, who comes across midcourt. Radaball over to Keese, back to Radaball. They're going to try to hold it for the last shot here. Briggle back to Keese. Keese back to Radaball. Back to Keese. Coach Ripke telling him, come on out, come back out. Hold on, and let's run this time down and go for the last shot. Radaball with 13 seconds. Down to 10. Bounce pass to Briggle. Back to Radaball, and he throws it out of bounds. Not sure what was up with that, but he threw it at the official. And it goes about 5 rows up into the stands. So with 5.7 seconds, the Bulldogs are going to get the ball back.
I think they're a little bit confused. I think they're playing football when they're playing basketball.
And we're going to have another foul, and it's over and back. So the Bombers are going to get another shot at it with 4 seconds left. Walkup will come back into the game. They'll take Everett's out. The Bombers are going to switch around personnel for the inbounds. They're going to get Troush out there so he can shoot if need be. Briggle to Radaball. Radaball from 3, off the glass and no good. So that's the end of the first half here at the consolation game of the 2022 Boys Route 49 Classic. And at halftime, it's the Edgerton Bulldogs leading the Eden Bombers in a close one, 21-20, our halftime score. We'll quickly tally up the unofficial scoring. So that we can recap the scores coming up here. And then we'll also say a thank you to all right, so we got everything all tallied up. So we'll take some time here at halftime. First thing, we want to say another big thank you to another one of our diamond level underwriting supporters making our coverage possible, and that's the Jim Schmidt family of automotive dealerships in Hicksville, Ohio. Jim Schmidt Chevrolet Buick, Jim Schmidt Ford and online at jimschmidtauto.com. Remember, if you're in the market for a vehicle, brand new pre-owned car, truck, van, or SUV, stop by, check out the great selection they have on the lot. Or you can check out the entire dealer inventory anytime at jimschmidtauto.com. Just remember, it's always about service before, during, and after the sale at the Jim Schmidt family of automotive dealerships in Hicksville, Ohio. We're so proud to have them as one of our Diamond Level underwriting supporters. 13 years now and counting. The Jim Schmidt family of automotive dealerships in Hicksville, Ohio. Jim Schmidt Chevrolet Buick, Jim Schmidt Ford, and online at jimschmidtauto.com. We also want to say a big thank you to our silver level underwriting supporter, underwriting all of our Route 49 Classic basketball tournament coverage here on HIX-TV, and that's the Hicksville Bank, member FDIC, main branch located right in the heart of downtown Hicksville, Ohio, with branches in Edgerton, Ohio, right here in Edgerton, and Harlan, Indiana. And, well, you can find out about their locations, the hours of operations, and all of the banking services that they have available for you and your family. Check them out online at www.thb.bank. Again, we want to thank them so very much for helping us out with underwriting, again, all 8 of the Route 49 games that we cover this year, as well as some other select sporting events that they'll be helping us out with coming up in 2023, and some other programming on HIX-TV as well. Our good friends at the Hicksville Bank, located in Hicksville, Edgerton, Harlan, and more, and online at www.thb.bank. The Hicksville Bank, member FDIC. So we've reached halftime, and we're going to take a little bit of a break. But don't go anywhere, because Christopher and I will be back. We'll have all the exciting second half action coming your way right here on HIX-TV. And, of course, we'll keep the live stream going here during halftime. Well, I take a moment to get a drink of my soda. Wet the whistle a little bit. Ooh. Well, we're very glad to have you with us here tonight. Again, it's the last Friday of 2022. Tomorrow, New Year's Eve day, and when you wake up Sunday morning, it'll be a brand new start to a brand new year. And of course, we have lots of stuff on deck for 2023 here on Hicksville Community Television. So there's some things that are in process that we're not prepared to make any kind of comment or announcement on just yet. But we've got a couple things that could turn out to be some pretty exciting things happening coming up in the next year. We can for sure tell you, though, that as we move through the second half of the school year and the first half of 2023, we are still going to have plenty of coverage for you from Hicksville schools. We'll have, again, a lot of basketball still to come. January, February, into early March. There's only one home wrestling meet on the schedule this year, but we are going to try to be there for that as well. So hopefully we'll be able to bring you some wrestling coverage. And, of course, when we get into the spring, we'll see what we can do with the spring sports as well. But, again, sometimes that's easier said than done, especially if you've got a couple volunteers that have decided that one or two volunteers that they might want to join the track team.
Yes.
So we'll see. I don't know if the coach would let Christopher, strap a GoPro around his forehead. But
I just imagine we doing shot putting with that as soon as I go. The GoPro just goes fling.
No, I don't think so. GoPros cost too much.
Yes, the risk that.
It'd be one thing if you mashed your skull with a shot put, but if you broke our GoPro, I'd be mad. 4:40 to go and counting here. But again, we do have a lot of sports coverage that'll be coming up, as well as a lot of the other fun events. Christopher is again going to be helping out and covering some of the assemblies that they do, the house assemblies at the school, which is always a lot of fun. So you can see what's going on with the house points and the pursuit of the house cup and so forth. And in addition to that, of course, we'll have We'll have prom coming up. We will have the senior coronation. And, of course, it'll all wrap up with commencement, which will be, I think that commencement once again this year is like Memorial Day. I think it's the last Sunday of May instead of the first Sunday in June. But we'll be able to fill you in. And, of course, we'll also be resuming our weekly live updates on the HIX-TV Facebook page now that the holiday break is done. So we'll be able to keep you up to date every Wednesday at right around 4 o'clock. We do about a 15, 20-minute update about what's happening, what's going on, what's coming up with our live stream coverage, whatever, here on Hicksville Community Television. So you can follow us on our Facebook page. And like I said, you can catch the weekly live update, know what's going on. And if you do follow us on Facebook, again, that's where we try to post, and if anything does come up, any special programming or any last-minute changes to the schedule or whatever, our Facebook followers always get the word first as we post that just as soon as we possibly can to keep you up to date. And, of course, if you're watching this on the HIX-TV YouTube channel, we are really glad to have you with us, especially if this is maybe the first time that you've seen us. Again, we have a lot of first-time viewers this year when we're here at the Route 49 Classics for both the girls and the boys from Edgerton and Eden and Antwerp, as well as from Hicksville. So if you enjoy the coverage, again, we'll invite you to subscribe to the YouTube channel. We'd love to have you as a subscriber. You can kick the bell. You can press the bell for notifications whenever we do a live stream or post new programming to the Video On Demand library on the YouTube channel. You'll be amongst the very first to know. And for the many of you who have followed us and subscribed, we thank you so very much. And again, if you haven't done so, please consider doing so. We'd love to have you as a subscriber on the YouTube channel or as one of our followers on Facebook. Of course, this is, again, the first of 2 live streams from here at Edgerton High School tonight. When we get done with this one, we'll have a quick wrap-up. We'll take about a 10, 15-minute break, and then Christopher and I will be back. And we'll have live coverage of the championship game between the Aces and the Antwerp Archers. We welcome you back to Edgerton High School as we're counting down the last 90 seconds or so of halftime, getting ready to get the second half underway. If you're just joining us, at the half in the Consolation game, it's the host team, the Edgerton Bulldogs, leading the Eden Bombers 21-20. The halftime score. Taking a look at the unofficial scoring so far in the first half, we'll begin with the guests on the scoreboard, the Eden Bombers. They scoring this way. Carter Keese had a free throw for 1 point in the first half. After that, Cohen Holbert had a couple of buckets for 4 points. It was a field goal and a three-pointer for Briggs Gallahue. He has 5 unofficially. Leading scorer for the Bombers in the first half was Peyton Troush. Troush with 4 buckets and 2 free throws for 10 points unofficially in the first half. On the other side of the coin, leading with 21 on the scoreboard, are the Edgerton Bulldogs. Their scoring went this way. Corey Everett had a bucket for 2 in the first half. Scotty Krantz also a bucket and 2. It was Nathan Swank with a field goal and a free throw for 3 points. Corey Herman had 4 free throws for 4, and leading scorer for the Bulldogs was Quentin Blue. Blue had 2 field goals, a three-pointer, and 3 free throws to finish the first half unofficially with 10 points. So 1 player with 10 points, 1 player in double figures for each squad as we get ready to get the second half underway to determine the winner of the 2022 Consolation game here at the Boys Route 49 Classic. Eden with the ball to start the third quarter. Troush get it inbounds to Radaball, and we're underway. Glad to have you with us again, Bill and Chris on Hicksville Community Television, the HIX-TV YouTube channel. Gallahue drives baseline, puts it up, no good. Ball comes down into the hands of the Bulldogs. That's Everett. Everett will toss it back to Blue. Blue across the timeline. Back to Everett. Then to Herman. Herman to Everett and back to Blue. Blue working against. Shot from the corner. That's Keese. That's going to be a little too long. Rebound And that's going to be a travel. He had the ball. He caught the ball, went down on his bottom, and while he was holding the ball in his lap, he slid about a foot, and that's moving the ball without dribbling, and that's a travel. So back into the hands of the Bulldogs, and we're going to have a foul away, an offensive foul. That's going to be on number 5. That'll be on on Caden Pasillo. Pasillo picks up his 3rd. So the Bombers will get the ball back yet again. No change in the score till still 21-20. Bombers get the ball into Everetts to Radabaugh. Radabaugh back to Everetts and back to Radabaugh. Still haven't crossed midcourt. There they go. Gallahue and now down to Holbert. From the corner, shot up, no good for Carter Keese. He winds up with the ball back in his hands. Out to Radabaugh. Holbert underneath the bucket, up and in. 22-21. Now the Bombers back in the lead by a point. Herbert to Blue. Or Herman to Blue. Starting to do that again. Herman drives baseline. Holds up. Kicks it back out. Blue. Blue will drive into the paint. He'll put up the shot. No good. Rebound to Gallahue, and then the Bombers, and knocked out of bounds by Pasillo. So Troush will come over to handle the inbounds for the Bombers. Again, leading by 1, 22-21. Troush gets it in to Gallahue. To Radabaugh. Radabaugh calls the play. To Everetts, or to Keese, excuse me. Gallahue. Keys. Gallahue. Bingo! That's good for 3. Second 3 of the evening for Briggs Gallahue, and it's 25-21, and now the Bulldogs find themselves down by 4. Quentin Blue to Swank. Swank to Herman. Herman puts the shot out there. We're going to wave it off. That'll be a foul on the floor. That'll be on Radabaugh, his first. That's team foul number 1 for the Bombers here in this second half. Blue gets it into Everetts. Everetts runs into trouble courtesy of Holbert. Actually, they're going to say Troush. Okay. Peyton Troush picks up his first personal, and that's team foul number 2 now on the Bombers. This one will be a shooting foul, so Corey Everett's at the line shooting 2. Everett's first one is good. 25-22 now. One more for Everett's. Gets that one, 25-23. Bounce pass over to Radabaugh. Radabaugh to Gallahue. Over to Keese. Keese cross half court. Gallahue for three-point land again. That one's off the back of the hoop. No good. Ball loose on the floor. They save it just before it goes out of bounds. Everett's with the ball for the Bulldogs. Takes it up the floor. Over to Herman. His shot for 3 is no good. They run it down in the corner. Goes out of bounds. It'll be Bombers ball. With 4:57 to go, it's a 2-point lead for Eden. Troush gets it into Radabaugh. Radabaugh over to Keese. Keese to Gallahue, and that's off of Troush's hands and out of bounds. Another turnover, and that one goes back to the Bulldogs. Scotty Krantz checks in for Edgerton as Pasillo will have a seat. Blue with the basketball. Bulldogs down by 2. Herman from just inside the three-point arc, no good. And that's going to be A jump ball, and that'll stay with Edgerton on the possession arrow. Swank to Blue. Blue through traffic. He'll draw the foul and go to the line. That's what I think he was kind of looking for. That'll be the second on Max Radabaugh, and that'll be team foul number 3 now on the Bombers. At the line, Quentin Blue. First one's good. Blue gets one more. He'll hit that one too. And we're tied at 25 with 4:33 to go in the third quarter. Gallahue for the Bombers. Over to Radabaugh. Bounce pass down to Keys, and they try to get it to Troush. It'll go out of bounds. Should stay with Eden. Gym's starting to fill up a little bit with people arriving for the nightcap game, the championship matchup. This will have a whistle and a foul, and I think that one is going to be on Everett's. Yep. Corey Everett gets his second personal. Team foul number 2 for the second half against the Edgerton Bulldogs.
They're saying that's Everett's third.
And good. Radabaugh with the bucket. Everett's to Blue. He'll get it to Krantz. Ball loose on the floor. Everett scoops it back up. Gets it to Blue. Blue from three-point land. Hits it. Blue's second 3 of the night. Makes it 28-27 and puts the Bulldogs back on top by 1 point. Gallahue gets the pass. Kicks it over to Keese. Keese at the top of the key. He'll back up to Radabaugh on the wing. And we'll have a whistle, and that's going to be on Herman. Herman's second personal, and that's team foul number 3 now on the Edgerton Bulldogs. Walkup getting ready to come in for Edgerton. He will spell Everett's. Everett's coming out with those 2 fouls. Troush gets the ball inbounds for the Bombers. Bounce pass to Keese. Keese will back it out again. Bounce pass over to Radabaugh. Radabaugh to Keese on the wing. They'll try to alley-oop it down inside to Troush, a little too far, and it's grabbed by Swank for the Bulldogs. Swank takes it down, and he's going to be fouled, and I think they're going to put that one on Carter Keese. Yep. That's first one on Keese. Team foul number 4 on the Bombers. That'll be on the floor, so it'll be out of bounds to the Edgerton Bulldogs on the baseline. Gallahue will come out. Back in for him is Briggle. Walkup gets the ball in to Herman. Herman drives in. Over to Walkup again. Walkup spin move, puts the ball up and gets the roll. Walkup getting his name in the scoring book. Bounce pass down the floor. Hulbert shot up, no good, and the rebound grabbed by Herman. Over to Blue. Blue gets it to Swank. Swank spin move, nothing there. Kick it back out to Blue. Blue working down the baseline, and it'll get hurled out of bounds. It'll go to the Bombers. Edgerton up by 3 now, 30-27, 2:17 to go in our third quarter. Radabaugh gets the inbounds in the double team, gets it out of there to Keese. Keese back to Radabaugh. He'll take it up the floor. Down into the corner to Troush. Troush spin move in a double team, nothing there, kicks it back out. Back to Troush from three-point land, good. Troush dials up long distance and ties it at 30 all with 1:59 to go. Looks like we're going to have a full timeout here. So we'll take the time to say another thank you, this time to our gold level underwriting supporter, Subway of Hicksville. Subway of Hicksville, where you can eat fresh and refresh, and where they invite you to download the app to your mobile device. Take advantage of great in-app specials and mobile ordering as well. You can have your food ready for you. You can run in and pick it up, or you can get curbside pickup as well. We want to thank them so very much for their support of all of our basketball broadcasts. And, of course, they're proud sponsors of the Subway Player of the Game Award that we give out at the end of each Hicksville boys and girls varsity basketball game that we cover here on Hicksville Community Television. So we'll be giving one of those out at the end of the championship game later tonight. But we want to thank them so very much. Subway of Hicksville, where you can eat fresh, refresh, a great place to stop before or after the game or anytime. Subway of Hicksville, Ohio. Under 2 minutes in the third quarter. Edgerton with the ball in this tie game, 30 all. Everett's to Herman. They'll work it inside. Shot up by Swank, no good. Battle for the rebound, and the Bulldogs come up with it. Shot put up by Krantz is no good. And here come the Bombers. Troush for three again. Off the iron, no good, and a foul underneath the hoop. It's going to be on Edgerton. And it's going to be on number 3. Quentin Blue picks up his second personal, and that's team foul number 4 for this second half on Edgerton. Everett's will step out, and again, Walkup will come in for him, as it'll be the Bombers with the ball on the baseline. They get it inbounds to Troush. Troush looking for some help. And that's going to be a jump ball. It'll stay with the Bombers. Again, tied at 30 here. Radabaugh gets the inbounds. Shot up, and that's good. Keese with the bucket to make it 32-30. Eden. Walk up. A whistle. And it'll be Blue 4. Keese, that'll be his second, and that's team foul number 5 on the Eden Bombers. Again on the floor, so no free throws, but Edgerton gets the ball on the baseline. Swank inbounds, gets the ball right back, puts the shot up, no good. Troush grabs it, tosses it over to Radabaugh, rockets it down the floor, up and no good. It was a easy shot for Briggle, but he couldn't make it. Krantz to Blue, to Swank now. Swank drives into the paint, puts up the shot, no good. They're going to wave it off. That's going to be on Troush, number 23. Yep, his second. Team foul number 6, so the next foul committed by Eden will put the Bulldogs into the bonus. Out of bounds, inbounds to Herman. They'll work it around. Blue gets it now. Everett's from three-point land, short. And then stolen by Herman after he saved it. Herman shot up, no good. That's going to be grabbed by Briggle. Briggle's going to be fouled. That's going to be on Swank. That'll be his first. And that's team foul number 5 on the Bulldogs. 18.3 seconds left in the quarter. Eden with the ball in the 2-point lead. Radabaugh across the timeline, bounce pass, and that's going to be a foul. As Keese was going to the bucket, That'll be team foul number 6, but Keese is going to go to the line to shoot 2. That's going to be another one on Swank. That'll be 3 on Nathan Swank now. So with 11.2 seconds, Carter Keese at the line shooting 2 for the Bombers, looking to add to their 2-point lead. First one off the front of the hoop and no good. Reed comes back into the game for Eden, as Holbert will get a bit of a breather. Walkup comes out of the game again for the Bulldogs, as well as Everett's back in. Second shot up and good for Carter Keese. Everett's to Blue. Blue across the timeline with 4. Or the corner, that's Krantz for 3, no good. And that'll be the end of the third quarter. So we've played 3, and in this consolation game, it's the Eden Bombers leading the Edgerton Bulldogs 33-30. We'll get ready for fourth quarter action, and we'll say another big thank you to another one of our Diamond Level underwriting supporters, and that's APT Manufacturing Solutions of Hicksville, Ohio, a world-class facility located right in Hicksville's Industrial Park. They offer robotic packing and palleting solutions, powder coating, welding, and lots more. And they're also looking to add to their roster. Maybe you can become a part of the APT Manufacturing family. You can check out all the great opportunities they have available online. Go to www.aptmfg.com/careers for a complete listing of all the available positions, as well as the ability, well, you can upload your resume, you can fill out an application online. They'd love to hear from you. We want to thank them so very much again for their continued diamond level support of all of our Aces Sports broadcasts here on Hicksville Community Television. Tony Niswander and the whole gang at APT Manufacturing Solutions in Hicksville, Ohio, and online at www.aptmfg.com/careers. Ball inbounds to Quentin Blue. We're underway in the fourth quarter. Everett's down into the corner to Blue. Blue from three-point land's going to be short. Put back, and that's going to be another foul underneath the bucket. That's going to send Swank to the line, and that'll be number 7. That's going to be the third one on Radabaugh. So Max Radabaugh picks up his third personal. He puts the Edgerton Bulldogs into the bonus for the remaining 7:48 of the game. And he puts Swank on the line to shoot 2. He gets the first one. And he'll have one more. Chance to make it a 1-point game again. Swank in and out, no good. So the score remains 33-31 Eden. They get the ball, and Radabaugh will bring it up. Rockets it down the field to Keese. Keese puts it up, no good from three-point land. Gallahue gets the rebound, gets it back to Radabaugh. Over to Gallahue. Gallahue back to Radabaugh. Back to Gallahue. Gallahue drives in. And that's going to be a foul on Herman. Herman gets his third personal. That's number 7 on the Bulldogs. So now both teams in the bonus. And we'll have Briggs Gallahue shooting 1 and 1. First one for Gallahue's good. He'll get the second shot. Gallahue's second one up, and that's also good. Makes it 35-31 Eden. Blue with the ball for the Bulldogs. Over to Everett's. Everett's drives into the paint. Layup, no good. Out of bounds, it'll be Eden's ball. Eden gets the ball back, 7-12. Trausch gets it into Radabaugh, and it's knocked out of bounds. And last touched by Max, so it'll be Edgerton's ball. Swank will come to handle the inbounds for the Bulldogs. He'll launch it in to Herman. Herman back to Swank, and then over to Blue out on top near midcourt. Blue to Everett. To Herman. And back to Blue down low. Nothing there for Krantz. Now Swank and back to Herman on the wing. Long pass cross court to Blue. Blue from three-point land. A little too long. Swank grabs the rebound and gets it right back to Blue. And now over to Krantz. They'll reset the offense once again. And we'll have an offensive foul, and I think they're going to call Swank for that, for pushing off. Yep. Swank, that's his fourth. Nope, it's only his third. Okay. I thought he had three already. So Swank picks up his third personal, team foul number 8. Offensive foul, though, so no free throws. Radaball. Bounce pass. Keese rockets it down to Hulbert. Hulbert, turnaround jumper up, rolls around, doesn't go down, knocked out of bounds. It'll be Edgerton's ball. 6:11 to go, and still a 4-point lead for the Bombers. All I know is our broadcast companion down there on the stage.
I was actually just ready to say, I'm glad we're up here.
Get some hazard pay. Everett over to Herman on the wing. Herman inside to Swank. Swank drives in. Doesn't get the shot to drop, but he'll draw the foul. That's going to be on number 5. So Hulbert picks up his third personal. Team foul number 8. And that's going to send Nathan Swank to the line, shoot 1 and 1. Oh, it's a 2-shot foul in the act of shooting, so I'll correct myself. Misses the first one. Swank gets one more. He'll get that one. Swank makes it a 3-point game, 35-32. Hulbert down into the corner to Troush. Troush loses the handle. It's grabbed by Krantz. He'll toss it over to Swank. He'll get it to Blue, and here come the Bulldogs. Down by 3 with the basketball. 5:35 left in regulation. Everett over to Herman. Herman bounce pass inside to Swank. Nothing there. Kick it out to Blue. Blue drives into the paint. No good. Troush grabs the rebound, gets it to Radaball. Radaball to Gallahue. Gallahue down to Hulbert, all alone, up off glass and good. Oh, Hulbert got himself wide open. On the other end, Everett's. He's going to draw the foul. That'll be team foul number 9. This will be the last 1 and 1. As Radaball picks up his 4th personal. After this, it'll be 2 shots no matter what, and he misses the front end. Gallahue grabs it, gets it to Keese. Keese. We'll have a whistle on the other end. It'll be 1 and 1. And Quentin Blue picks up his 3rd personal. That's team foul number 9, so after this, double bonus for both teams. And 2 shots regardless. First one, got it. Keese hits the front end, he'll get the bonus. 38-32. Second one, in and out, no good. And they're going to say a lane violation, so he's going to get to try it again.
Edgerton coach not happy about
Coach
how far the Eden coach is out on the court.
That's good for Keese. Yeah, Coach Ripke was out a ways onto the court, and
about a good 4 or 5 feet, yeah.
Back onto the floor, under 5 minutes to go here. And they're going to say now that there's only, okay, yeah, they got it. Ball's loose on the floor. And it winds up in the hands of Krantz. Krantz, jumper up, no good. Offensive foul. Krantz is going to get whistled for the offensive foul. That'll be his first. With the score 39-32, a 7-point lead for the Bombers. They get the ball back. And they're also now in the double bonus. They can't seem to determine the number of fouls committed by Eden keeps going back and forth on the scoreboard between 8 and 9. Shot up by Everett is good. Everett with the runner. Breakaway up and in to make it 39-34. Radabaugh and kicked out of bounds by Herman. .421 to go. Inbounds to Keese. And it's just taken right out of his hands. Up and good by Herman. Oh, man. And believe it or not, that's Herman's first bucket of the night. Everything else he's got so far has been free throws. Radabaugh down low. In a triple team, in trouble. And a timeout called by Coach Matt Ripke. All right, this one's going down to the wire. 4:02 left in regulation. And again, it is a 3-point game now. The Bombers leading Edgerton 39-36. They were up by 7, but a bit of a mini run by Edgerton has closed the gap and made it a one-possession game. Again, Edgerton has committed 10 fouls, so Eden is in the double bonus. Eden has committed 9 team fouls, so the next foul they commit, Edgerton will be in the double bonus. So the bottom line is for the next 4:02, any fouls that go to the free throw line is going to be 2 shots regardless, unless you foul somebody who's taking a 3-point shot, which they'll get 3 free throws. But so that timeout expires. Teams come back out onto the floor. Again, halfway through this fourth quarter. 3-point game, and the Bombers will have the ball out of bounds on the baseline. Quick inbounds to Holbert. Holbert gets his pocket pick. Blue carried the ball a little bit, but no whistle. And we're going to have a foul. And I think that's going to be another one on Krantz. Yep, Krantz picks up his second. And we'll go down to the other end of the floor to shoot more free throws. It'll be 2 shots for Cohen Holbert. Holbert. First one is good. Holbert with one more. Misses that one. But they grab the rebound. Keese to Radabaugh. 40-36. It's a 4-point lead for the Bombers. Gallahue over to Radabaugh. Radabaugh backs it out. Tries to get it inside. It's stolen by Everett. Everett's going to go the length of the floor, and he's going to draw the foul. And if that's on Radabaugh, he may be, that's his 4th. And it's going to be 2 shots for Everett. His team down by 4. 3:33 on the clock. Gets the first one. Seven points now for Everett. Second one up and also good. Everett's 8 points to his credit, and it's a 2-point game again, 40-38. Bounce pass stolen away again. This time Blue comes up with it, gets it to Everett. Everett's for 3. Nope. And everything getting banged around underneath the bucket. I'll have a whistle. And that's going to be on Herman. That's 4 now on Corey Herman. with 3:17 to go. What's becoming kind of a wild and woolly game here. You see the teams and the coaches for the championship game standing in the doorways watching. First shot up and good for Keese. Hits it. Keese. Ready for a quick substitution. Keese gets them both. 6 points off the free throw line from Keese to go with his bucket for 8 unofficially. 42-38, back to a 4-point lead for the Eden Bombers. 3:15 and the clock running. Everett's and a timeout as soon as they got across the timeline on the Edgerton bench. So 3:11 to go here in the Consolation game. And again, we'll just let you know when this one wraps up. We'll do a quick post game, wrap up this live stream. We'll take about a 10 to 15 minute break. And then Christopher and I will be back, and we'll have our second live stream of the night, which ought to be another really entertaining game between the Archers and the Hicksville Aces. So scanning along right now, Max Radabaugh for the Bombers is playing with 4 personal fouls. Both Hulbert and Gallahue have 3. On the other side, Blue and Pasillo and Swank each have 3 personal fouls. And Herman now has 4 for the Edgerton Bulldogs. And there are other players with a couple hanging on their neck. But the only 2 in real immediate foul trouble, Herman and Radabaugh. Herman, number 11 on the Bulldog squad, and Radabaugh, of course, number 3 for the Bombers. Speaking of Herman, he's going to be handling the inbounds and come back into action here. 3:11 to go in regulation in a 4-point game. Eden leading 42-38. Everett's back to Blue. It's a 2-possession game, so Blue around the corner, back to Everett's. Everett's looking to drive in, holds up, and it's picked off by Keese. And Keese lost sight of the hoop, hit the side of the backboard. Krantz now gets it back to Blue. Blue almost has his pocket picked from behind. Put back after the failed shot from Herman is good for Swank. Swank gets the bucket. Briggle will come out and Radabaugh back into the game. Hulbert gets the ball into Radabaugh. Over to Keese. Back to Radabaugh. Back to Keese. Across the timeline. He'll get it to Radabaugh. He'll call the play. And they're going to have him stay out and the inside to Trausch. Trausch, working around now to Gallahue down low. Inside to Trausch. Again, they'll try to take some air out of this game here. Gallahue. Back to Radabaugh and now to Keys. Keys gets it off to Gallahue. Back to Radabaugh now. Radabaugh, the corner. That's Hulbert. Hulbert into the corner. Keese with the ball. Keese, work it back out. Bounce pass to Radabaugh. Radabaugh, and it's going to be out of bounds. Going to stay with the Bombers. The minute 25 to go in regulation. 2-point game, Eden leading 42-40. Inbounds to Radabaugh. Radabaugh over to Trausch. Trausch to Keese. Keese going to drive in, up off glass, and good. Keys makes it a 4-point game again, 44-40. Walk up back to Blue now. And timeout again on the Edgerton bench with 57.1 seconds. They had Corey Herman getting ready to check back into the game for Edgerton. So we'll see if they make that switch here coming out of the timeout. It's a 4-point game again with the Bombers leading 44-40 here in the 2022 Boys Varsity Route 49 Classic Consolation game. Bill Murphy, Chris Warner calling the action for you tonight. We're the shorthanded crew from HIX-TV. Jim Seiler, again, had other things he had to be doing yesterday and tonight. Brian Williams also tied up, so we're not doing too bad, I think, for a two-person crew. So, yep, Herman back into the game. He's going to handle the inbounds. Into Blue. Again, it's a 2-possession lead for the Bombers. Everett works his way through traffic, puts it up, no good. Grabs the rebound. He's trapped underneath the basket, gets it out. Krantz takes it in. Bounce pass. And that's going to be a foul on the Bombers. That's going to be the 4th one on Briggs Gallahue. 4 personals for Briggs. And again, double bonus. So 2 shots coming up for Scotty Krantz. Krantz misses the first one, so it stays 40-44. Again, 41.6 seconds left in regulation. 4-point game. Krantz's second free throw upcoming. Krantz hits that one. So it's a 3-point game. And Eden having some trouble, but drawing the foul. I think that's going to be on Everett. Nope, that'll be on Quentin Blue. That's Blue's 4th. 35.7 seconds. And Keese at the line to shoot 2. Keese's first one on the way, in and out, no good. Keese has one more. See if he can get that lead back up to 4 points. And he misses that one too. Herman grabs the board. They're down by 3. Herman works inside, puts up the shot. It's good. And as soon as he does, another timeout called. Corey Herman, only his second free throw or field goal of the night to go with his 4 free throws. He's got 8 points overall unofficially. And as soon as that ball went through the hoop, timeout on the Edgerton bench. 26.9 seconds. So about 26 minutes after 7 o'clock, Christopher. We might be done by 8.
You mean with this game or just?
Yeah, with this game.
Okay, I was about to say. I was like,
depending on
that would be a very quick championship game if that was the case.
Depending on how many timeouts they have and how many fouls they commit. Yeah, you never know. 26.9 left in regulation. It's a 1-point game. Eden leading Edgerton 44-43. We'll get ready to get back into action here. It'll be Bombers with the ball. They'll be inbounding on the baseline. Carter Keese looking to get the ball inbounds. Keese. And they'll call a timeout. He couldn't find anybody to get the ball in, and he was running out of time. Didn't want to turn it over. So Matt Ripke calls the timeout this time around. 26.5 left in regulation again. Eden, Bombers 44, Edgerton 43 to see who's going to be the consolation game winner of the Boys Route 49 Classic. Now, we heard unofficially that earlier today in the Boys JV Route 49 tournament that The Aces were the winners. At least that's what you told me you had heard.
Yes, from an outside source, although it's an unofficial source. So
we're going to see if we get a chance between games.
if we can find out officially.
We're going to see. We'll check in with Dave Blue and see if we can find out for sure. So they'll sound the horn. This was a full 1-minute timeout. And again, there's a lot of activity going on at in front of both benches as they are getting ready to kind of close this one out. Both teams in the double bonus. And it'll be Eden's ball on the baseline. Troush, quick inbounds to Radabaugh. Radabaugh up the floor. He'll get it over to Hulbert. Back to Radabaugh, down in the corner to Keese. Keese draws the foul. Everett fouls him. That'll be 3 on Corey Everett. And Carter Keese at the line. He'll shoot 2 with 13 seconds left in regulation. Keese misses it. Oh, man. This is where you want to hit the free throws down the stretch. He'll have one more. And he missed that one too. But he gets the rebound and lays it in. Oh my goodness. Carter Keese makes it a 3-point game. In and out. They're going to foul him with 5.4 seconds, and Troush is going to go to the line. Oh, man. The play of the game, Carter Keese.
There you go.
Woo! So Scotty Krantz picks up his 3rd personal foul, and Peyton Troush at the line to shoot 2 with his team leading by 3, 46-43. And he gets it. Troush makes it a 2-possession game. And he's got one more coming. Second shot by Troush, also good. So Edgerton now down by 5 with 5.4 seconds. They're going to inbounds at the baseline. Their only hope is to hit a 3, and that one's not going to do it. Put back, and that's no good. And that's all she wrote. The Bombers win the consolation game over the Edgerton Bulldogs, 48-43, the final score. So I'm going to try to add things up here as quickly as I can to give you some unofficial final scores here.
Our next matchup between the Hicksville Aces and the Antwerp Archers will begin in about 20 minutes.
Got that taken care of, and then on this line, and again we'll be doing a quick post game here, and we will take a bit of a break, and we'll be back with the second live stream of the night, which will be the championship game, of course, between the Aces and the Antwerp Archers. And so let's give you the unofficial scoring for tonight's contest. First off, the Edgerton Bulldogs on the short end of the scoreboard. They were led in scoring tonight by Quentin Blue. Blue winding up with 2 field goals, 2 3-pointers, and 5 free throws for 15 points unofficially. After that, it was Corey Everett with a couple of buckets and 4 free throws for 8. Also scoring 8, Corey Herman. He had 2 field goals and 4 free throws. 7 points for Nathan Swank. He had a couple of field goals and 3 from the free throw line. After that, it was Scotty Krantz. Krantz had a field goal and a free throw for 3. And it was Joe Walkup with a bucket and 2 points to round out their scoring. For the winning Eden Bombers tonight, they had 3 in double figures. Leading scorer for them was Peyton Troush. Troush had 4 field goals, a 3-pointer, and 4 from the free throw line for 15. 12 points going to Carter Keese. Keese with 3 2-pointers and 6 free throws for 12, but that last 2-point shot was the game winner, no doubt about it. 10 points for Briggs Gallahue. Gallahue with 1 field goal for 2, 2 3-pointers, and 2 free throws for 10. 9 points for Cohen Holbert. Holbert had 4 buckets along with a free throw, and it was and I think that's it. Yeah, nope. Then it was Max Radabaugh. I don't want to forget Max. Max with 1 field goal and 2 points for the Bombers tonight. So there you have it again. 48-43 Eden in the consolation game. We want to say a big thank you to all of our underwriters making our coverage possible from here at Edgerton High School tonight. They include our platinum level underwriting supporter, ARC Solutions Incorporated of Hicksville, Ohio, and online at www.arcsolinc.com. Our 3 diamond level underwriting supporters, the Jim Schmidt family of automotive dealerships in Hicksville, Ohio, Jim Schmidt Chevrolet Buick, Jim Schmidt Ford, and online at jimschmidtauto.com. APT Manufacturing Solutions of Hicksville, Ohio, and online at aptmfg.com/careers. And the Hicksville Pharmacy, located right in the heart of downtown Hicksville, Ohio. They're your good neighbor pharmacy. Give them a call at 419-542-6218 for information on flu shots and COVID boosters. Also, thanks to our gold level underwriting supporter, Subway of Hicksville, Ohio, where you can eat fresh, refresh, a great place to stop before, after the game, or any time. And, of course, our silver level underwriting supporter, the Hicksville Bank, member FDIC, with main branch in downtown Hicksville, Ohio, and branch locations across the region, including right here in Edgerton, Ohio. Check them out online, www.thb.bank, the Hicksville Bank, member FDIC. Thanks also to the Edgerton Athletic Department again for giving us the space and allowing us to be here with the live stream coverage. I want to thank them so very much. And thanks to all of you for joining us. Hope you enjoyed the consolation game coverage here on HIX-TV. Well, we're going to wrap things up. We'll be back with you in about 15 minutes or so from right now with our second live stream of the night. That, of course, will be the championship game between the Hicksville Aces and the Antwerp Archers. And until we talk to you then, once again, your final score in the consolation game, it was the Eden Bombers knocking off the host Edgerton Bulldogs 48-43 in a great basketball game. And until we talk to you with the championship coverage coming up again in about 15 minutes from right now, for Chris Warner, I'm Bill Murphy with Hicksville Community Television, wishing you a good night and good sports.